Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video I'll be showing you some basic commands in Unix. Without wasting time, let's talk about it. Okay, before we open the terminal, I want you to understand something about Unix or Unix. So Unix, we consider everything to be file. So including the folders, the hardware, the pen drive that we put in. The structure of the file structure of the Linux starts from the root. So as you can all see from the top, you see all the folders or all the files are within the root. We have the bin, div, etc, the lost plus the found, TM, temper, then users, and etc. Those are all part of the root. So it moves in hierarchy form. So we move from one step to one. Okay, so let's say you are inside or you want to get to the folder of let's say group. You have to be inside the file of etc before you can access the group. Or let's say you want to access the password, you have to be inside the this thing. So that means the same approach, you want to access the user, those users, the root, then you access maybe your administrator, you access the administrator side. Let's say you are in the faculty too, you access the faculty side. You can go further as the diagram is showing, can go more further about this. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get to the practical aspects so that you get more understanding about it. WPD stands for Path Working Directory. This it displays so as you can see from there, we have the home slash backtie. That is where we are currently in. S command is also to list the items within or the folders, files, or things that is within the backtie, which is the files within the backtie. So we have the desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, templates, videos. So we want to enter or get into the file of desktop. We want to access the desktop. So we use the CD, the CD command, change directory. So we want to change to the CD directory. When you look at the top there, you can see that basically we have entered to the desktop. That is why it is displaying as the top. So we use the ls to list the items within or the folders and files within the desktop. So let's look at our desktop now. So looking at the desktop, you can see the files that is displaying on the terminal is the same thing there. The we are not seeing the file system because that one is a hidden this thing in the terminal there. Sure. I just want to know that we have uh, a file that is what do you call it, a test file, and you have a directory which is folder, a directory. So ls hyphen l. So what this really does is it display the files or the items within this in a long form by displaying its characteristic, the file's characteristic. Let's see, what file is it? Is it a normal file, test file, or is it a directory file? So looking at where I'm pointing, see, you see D on this is the L stands for a lock folder. So this folder has been locked. There is a directory which is being locked. But the D stands for a directory. So basically it tells you that this is a folder. Then the hyphen beginning the distance tells you that it is a file. Let's add ls ls hyphen lsa. This displays a hidden file. So it will display all the files, including the hidden files. So the hidden files, you see dot and then the distance and two dots. This tells you that a file that starts with dot is a hidden file. Things that we have done. So let's clean the screen so that you get more room to you just type clean, then it cleans the screen for you. Okay, remember we are still inside the desktop file. So the desktop file. Now we want to go back. You have to go back. So going back, we use cd dot dot. So the two dots means move me one backward. It just move you one backward. And when you see you use the ls, you see it display document desktop. That means we have moved to the home page, which is the back type. We have now come back to the back type file again. I hope you understand. So we have come back to the back type file again. Now we want to change to the document. We want to access the documents. So we type change cd document. Now you can see at the top that the document, we are in a document file. So we list ls long to see if there is a hidden file. There's two hidden files there. Okay, so there's no hidden file. So we are inside the distance. So we are no more in the desktop. So let's assume you want to change to the desktop. It says no such file or directory desktop. So inside the document, there is no file called desktop. So if you want to change to the desktop, then you have to go back using the change two dots. So we are in the back type directory. Then we use the list ls to list the directory. Then we change to the music. Let's go to the music file. So we are in the music. Okay, so let's clear the screen so that we have enough space. Remember that we are still in the music file. So that when you use cd1 means keep me in a current directory. Now let's learn how to create a folder. We type in the mkdir, then we give the name of the folder. So now let's name food one. They stand for make directory. So we use ls to see the directory. So the folder that we have created is in. If you want to create a test tool, we use touch. We have so many ways of creating a test, but let's use the touch. Touch is just you just want to create a test. You don't want to add anything to it now, just to create it. So use touch, then the extension, the name of the test, and the extension. The extension is TS. So we list now the folder inside the directory of music. We have folder one, food one, and test also. So using the ls hyphen la, we display all the distance. So it lets you know that we have the hidden file, which is dot dot, no hidden files there. The D stands for the directory, and the hyphen stands for test. So D is the directory. But another way that you can also use to enter, so VI is used to enter test inside the test that you created. So remember we created a test called test.tsa. So here we can edit. You type I to get into the insert mode. Then you can type whatever you want to type there. So I'm typing I am called back type. So let's save that one. Let's save that one. So you press Control Shift and column. Control Shift key and column. Then type WQ. So basically what it's doing that It is, you are telling it to save and quit. Then you hit enter. So you have saved it. When you type in vi test.txt, it means you wanted to maybe do editing of the test that you earlier entered into, or you want to delete it. Whatever changes you want to make it to it. Let's add something to it and save it again. So we save it by using the same command, that is Control Shift semicolon then WQ. So now, if you want to display the text within the terminal, then use the cat, which is concatenate and print the text. So to concatenate it and print the text within the terminal. So that is why what you are seeing. So what we typed there is displaying here in the terminal. But you know, folder, we can't display content of a folder. So when you say cat fold one, we are seeing it's a directory. That means you can't view a content using the cat to view a content of a folder. All right, let's clear the screen to get more room to do more work. Okay, so use the ls. So if you want to delete a folder, we use the rmdir. That means remove the directory, then add the name to it. So the name of the folder. So next time we use the fold one. So let's see if it works. Okay, now nothing shows. So let's use the ls. Now you see that it is only left with the test. That means we have successfully deleted the folder one. Let's create the folder again to show you something. Okay, so we hit enter. Now we have created a folder. Let's use the ls to see. Okay, the folder is there. All right. Now what I want you to see is, let's go to the folder and create another folder there. And let's see something. So the folder inside ls to see if there's nothing inside. Okay, so let's create something there. mkdir, and then let's use the subfold one. Let's enter. Okay, so we have created folder within the folder. Now as to use the ls, you see the subfolder over there. Let's go back. So we go back to the music. So now we can see we have folder one and folder two. Let's try and delete the folder again, and let's see what if it will work. Let's delete it and see if it will work. Okay, so before we delete it, let me show you something. Let's type ls hyphen capital R. So what basically the capital R is doing there is it will display the folder, or it will display what is inside the folder, its subdirectories. So it will open the folder and open its subdirectories. So if there is another folder inside that folder, it will display all. Okay, so let's clear the screen. Let's clear the screen. Now remember, we are still inside music folder. Let's check what is inside. So ls. Now we have folder one test. Now let's try to remove the folder one, the fold one, and see. Okay, so it says it fails to remove folder one, directory not empty. So before we can empty fold one, that means the directory has to be empty. So if it is not empty, that means you have to use a different form. That is what you'll be looking today. So let's try with the test and see if it will work for the test. So rmdir the test. Okay, that one says it fails to remove test, not a directory. So the rmdir, that command is used to remove directory when the directory is empty. So how can we remove it? So we type rm hyphen capital R, then the folder name. This R, capital R, stands for, like, you should remove all its subdirectory, including the main directory itself. So when you type, you see the folder has been removed. ls. So now let's delete or remove the test and see if that one also work using the rm. Okay, so let's check list. So there's no food one. So let's clear the screen. Now remember, we are still in the basic directory. There's ls, there's nothing inside. Now let's create that folder again. Let's create the test again. Now let's use ls to see if it's there. Okay, food one and test one. So we are trying to copy the test into the folder. So how to copy the test into the folder is what we are going to learn. So we use the CP stands for copy. So the test name, then where do you want to copy it to? So it should be inside the music. The folder should be inside the music. So that is fold one. We want to copy test to fold one. Let's see if that's copy. Okay. So let's open the folder and see. So open the folder. So let's change to directory. Fold one and see if the test is there. Okay, ls to check if there's something inside. Okay, now you can see that the test has been copied inside the food. So we are in food one and the test is there. So you can see that it is the display there. Okay, so let's remove the test. Okay, so we check there's nothing inside. Let's go back. So now we have it. Now let's move it. So moving the test is different from copying. So we want to move the test to the folder. That means cut and paste. So we use the mv, the test name, then the folder that you want it to be. So we want to remove it from this side to the folder, not copying. So we use the mv. So then the folder that we want to copy it to, so we give it. Okay, so sorry, my bad. I just copy something. Sorry. Do it again. ls to see if there's a folder there. Okay, so it's left with only the folder. That means the test has been moved. It's moved to the folder one, and we can see that ls. Then we see the test inside folder one. So basically, this is what we have learned so far: how to move the test and copy a test. So let's clear the screen. Okay, now we will use keywords like man and help. So how are we going to use that one, and what is the purpose of man? Man is a manual commands or helps that display the use of the tools. So when we type man ls, it tells you the functions of the ls and how this use. So you see ls is a list this directory contents. So it will also show you some of the options that you can add it to it. Remember, we have the a, which okay, you can read it when you have time. You can read through these things. It's a lot, so you can read through. So let's press the Q to move away from this section. Okay, so you can use man to uh, for cat. What is the function of the cat? It says concatenate file and print on the standard output. So these are things that will help you to know the things that you are using. So it will give you more insight about the tools or the commands that you are using. Commands that you are using. So we can also talk about the help hyphen. So ls hyphen. Oh, sorry. So you bring two hyphen, and this also displays the help or the information, the manual, or how the ls is being used. So you bring help, and that one also help you. So any of the commands you do not know how to use them, you can use the man or help to assist you. Don't hesitate to use them. It's very important. So you can read them on your free time. So that one will display on the terminal. So okay, so one thing I have to show you is how to find your IP address. And as a hacker, you need to know your IP address. So you type ifconfig, then the in inet is your IP address. The inet5 is the IP version 6, and the Ethernet is your MAC address. So you talk about it when you progress to your hacking. But so let's clear the screen. Let's talk about who am I. So type who am I. Who am I? Let you know the user, the name of the user. So Bacta is the user account. So who am I tells you the user account, and who tells you the user account, the machine that is opening, and the time that the person is opening the machine. So that is who. Then the figure, oh, sorry, my bad. So figure is spelled FINGER. So that one also displays, let's say, the login, who has logged into your system. So we have the backtie, the name is backtie, those who have logged in, then the machine that the person is using, either operating on the virtual box or whatever, the time the person opens. These are kinds of information that you need to know. Okay, another thing that you also need to know is um, the route. So the route gives you it lets you know your default IP, the gateway. It also displays the gateway to let you know your what do you call it? The class that you are within, the subnet class, and other stuff. So when you progress, you understand all these things. Let's clear the screen. Okay, so thank you for today's tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and exist, use the exist command, then we are done. Thank you. Bye bye.